Afternoon, everybody. Me again, Shannon Fox here, the Road to Patriots 2 channel. I want to talk to y'all about a couple of things today, so I figured I'd jump on here real quick and let you know what's on my mind today. First off, Trump is kind of sick and tired of the back and forth with Zelensky and Russia. He's probably more apt to agree with the peace talks with Russia, get him to come to the table and agree to the set conditions already. The problem is Ukrainian leader Zelensky thinks he's going to get all the land that Russia has taken back, that is taken away from him, including Crimea, and give it back to Ukraine and go home. It's not going to work that way. The troops that Russia has lost to conquer that land, they figure since they're holding that land, it's their land. Uh, I won't get into the here nor there of that, but truth be known, I think it's not Putin is the problem so much anymore. It's the fact that European countries like the European Union is willing to back Ukraine in their borrowing money, supporting the war effort to continue to go after Russia. And in turn, Russia is where the EU buys their natural gas and oil from. So I don't understand the whole optics of this other than the fact that somebody's getting rich out of the deal. Must be Zelensky, the EU, and the former administration. But we're not doing it anymore. We are totally done with the whole Zelensky bullshit thing. And I think Trump is about sick of playing these games. Zelensky last week wanted Trump to come to Ukraine to talk about negotiating. I wouldn't even try that. If I was Trump, I would be more worried about getting killed if I went to Ukraine because of all three of the assassination attempts that have happened recently have all had ties to Ukraine. All three of them, Crooks, uh, that Roush, and one of the other ones that they stopped before he got it going that way. We'll talk about that on another day. But I want to read a little bit of this to you first, and we'll jump right on into some information about Mr. Abrego El Salvador's newest family member to that gray bar hotel known as Seacott. Glad to see it. He's not coming back. Glad to hear it. They're making a big deal out of this, trying to, I guess, seek sympathy for the gang member. Try to get him back. Got a stupid politician that went over there to try to, I guess, get brownie points for his campaign. That's really the only scenario that I think is viable why he would go over there and play that game. As far as I'm concerned, he shouldn't be spending congressional monies to fly over to another country to do a political protest. And that's pretty much what's going on. It says the Trump administration has issued its starkest warning yet to the future of the U.S. involvement in Ukraine-Russia conflict, declaring it will pull out of peace negotiations entirely if clear progress is not made within days. So Trump has given them an ultimatum. Trump and Secretary Marco Rubio dropped the hammer Friday, making it clear America is done playing global babysitter. Speaking to reporters, Trump made it clear that his patience is wearing thin with the endless back and forth between Kiev and Moscow, Zelensky and Putin. Now, for some reason, one of the two parties makes it very difficult. We're just going to say, you're foolish. You are fools. You're horrible people, Trump said. And we're going to just take a pass, be hopeful. We're hopeful we won't have to do that. Speaking from Paris, where recent negotiations between U.S., Ukraine, and European officials attempted to outline a roadmap to peace, Secretary Rubio warned that if both countries continue to stall, the U.S. will take a pass, and rightly so. So Trump and Rubio have decided you're on a clock. Y'all better figure it out. Y'all better come to the table with the deal we try to set in motion. Otherwise, piss on you both. It's not really our problem, to be honest. It would be nice to get some of our money back. Now, this here is I thought was a awesome idea. This guy listed, sometimes his name is Wayne Allen Root. I seen him at CPAC about 3 years ago. That's how I found out who he was. But he does an article on Gateway Pundit almost every day, as well as his podcast. Really interesting guy, really intelligent guy. Um, this is about how he's got an idea how the 2020 election can be proven and people can be charged with RICO violations. What he's talking about is telling people, if you come forward and you help steal the election, we'll let you off the hook, give you amnesty for your crime, and we will pay you. Now, let me get into some details. Now, that sounds crazy, paying the criminals, but what would happen is if you paid enough people to come forward and tell the truth about what happened, in turn, it would expose the whole rotten thing. If you had three people from every state that come and swore witness testimony before Congress or before a court, before the American people, that they were a part of the system with their bosses to steal the election in this particular state or that particular state. We know what happened, folks, and it actually sounds like a great idea. It says the greatest president of my lifetime in the end of his second term, and by the end of his second term, I'm betting he will be seen as the greatest president of all time. So far, what he has accomplished in 2.5 months is amazing, unimaginable, and breathtaking. In 2.5 months, he has already achieved more great things than my hero, Ronald Reagan, did in 8 years. But there's one thing Trump should be focused on, is what Wayne on Root believes, and he should be aiming his cannons at this one thing that will change everything. He's talking about the 2020 election, because the 2020 election was stolen. The one thing that has changed that changed the course of America. This is the one thing we can fix. Says this is the one thing that proves our entire country, government, and multi-trillion-dollar national budget was hijacked and stolen. Therefore, everything done in the past 4 years by Biden and Democrats is now null and void. Now, what he is suggesting that Elon Musk and the Doge team actually get in there and start doing the digging, do the investigative homework, and then put out a substantial amount of money as an offer, as a peace offering to anybody that wants to come blow the whistle on the rest of the team, I'm guessing, or at least implicate the rest of the team by being a witness. It says the same guy who runs Doge is now proving our tax dollars are being wasted and looted by millions and millions of names on the Social Security rolls are frauds, and millions of names on the voting rolls are illegal aliens, and hundreds of thousands of government credit cards are being used for fraud and theft. And the perfect guy to prove the 2020 election was stolen. We know his name. It's Elon Musk. Him and his team of MIT geniuses have cracked the government's waste, fraud, and abuse code, something no one else in history has been able to do. Elon should take that same Doge team on their perfect investigations and audits to crack the stolen election code too. Doge can prove the 2020 election and multiple congressional elections before and since were stolen. If Elon and Doge can't prove it, no one can. Now, here is a way to go about it to try to get some people to roll over. Being that Elon Musk has got so much money, he suggests that Elon put up like $500 million. Elon is filthy rich, man, richest man on earth, with heavy stock losses. Elon today is worth $370 billion. Jesus. To Elon, $500 million is like taking a bill out of my wallet. 500 million means nothing to Elon. It's one half of a 1 billion. Elon has 370 billion to spare. I pitched the idea in a commentary late one night in 2020, and it never went nowhere, but it's a great time to do it. It says money makes rats talk. Money is the only way to get the rats who stole the elections or witnessed it to come forward and testify. It says, we can prove the election was stolen, but we really need the witnesses. Elon is the man to put up the money as a reward. Offer a piece of the $500 million reward to prove to put to the pot to anyone who comes forward who participated in stealing the 2020 and other elections. Also, offer amnesty so they can come forward and testify so you won't go to prison. You stay a free man or woman, you get to live the rest of your life on a Caribbean island with 5, 10, 20 million, $50 million, who knows? It shouldn't be that much, so a couple $1 million, people start singing like birds. Says you want to prove 2020 was stolen. You want to bring hard evidence to American people. Remember the signature line from Kevin Costner movie, Field of Dreams? Build it, and they will come. Well, it applies here. Offer $500 million, and the Democrat fraud will come. The, the rats will abandon the sinking Democrat ship if the rewards are large enough. Without offering an attention, getting huge reward, no witness will ever come forward. Now, that is a great idea. Come on, Elon, let's get it done. I, I would be all for it. Matter of fact, we could actually do a GoFundMe account to get it set up. I would be okay with that too. Now, everybody has been talking about this politician that went down there to El Salvador to have a sit down with Kilmar Garcia. Why the mainstream media fawns over the guy and declares he can't be a gang member. He's mistaken. He's a Maryland man. Well, I got several clips here for you that got a little bit more information to the story that had been broke today. Says body camera image surfaced from 2022 traffic stop of Kilmar Abrega Garcia, allegedly trafficking humans across the state lines. Matter of fact, he had 7 people in the back of that vehicle. A Tennessee Star has obtained body camera footage from a December 2022 traffic stop of Salvadorian national Kilmar Abrego Garcia, an alleged MS-13 gang member accused of human trafficking. This is the photo up here after detaining him. It says, according to the Tennessee Star, citing the enforcement officer sources, Texas Tennessee Highway Patrol officer found Abrego Garcia driving without a license. After detaining him, the officer contacted the FBI, which then instructed the troopers to release the suspect and his passengers. What? The body cam footage captured the passengers on the side of the vehicle shows Abrego Garcia in the driver's seat glancing toward the officer, while the other suspects, smug passengers, stared straight ahead. Inside the vehicle, minimal personal belongings, only plastic bags, water bottle visible. Consistent with the reports, that was not a family trip. So Tennessee Star opened record request with Tennessee Department of Safety, Homeland Security, seeking all body and dash cam footage. Officers reported dispatch logs. The department has yet to formally acknowledge receipts of the request. Meaning there's more footage. Multiple outlets have reported inconsistency in the dates of the stop. Okay, no. It was still him on the video, folks. It says, according to the Fox News, Abrego was pulled over, speeding and swerving. 8 people in the vehicle, besides Abrego, said they were headed to perform construction work. Uh, the memo says the trooper suspected Abrego of human trafficking because there was no luggage in the car. Additionally, all individuals in the car gave the same address as Abrego. But the news even got worse. Gateway Pundit reported yesterday that it turned out that not only was Abrego Garcia likely trafficking fellow human beings, but he was reported free. Damn. Only gets worse, folks. We got some damning evidence against him that proves that he is an MS-13, folks, and his girlfriend tries to hide it in a photograph. Coming soon. I'll show you here in a second. Yeah, they picked the wrong guy to claim he wasn't the wrong guy. Yeah, he is definitely all of that. Yep. It says right here, Tennessee Highway Patrol confirms Biden area FBI told officers to release Kilmore Abrego Garcia during the traffic stop while transporting 7 people from Texas. Oh, it was Texas Highway Patrol, not Tennessee. My mistake. Well, we know this was old Christopher Ray that said, go ahead and let him out. We know how that goes. Bastard. That. Yep. We know what was going on. The Biden administration said, he's an illegal. Let him in. Oh, he's trafficking people. Oh, we don't care about that right now. He's helping us. He's helping us. That's what the Bidens were thinking. That's what the FBI was thinking. The FBI was in coordination with our government in every way possible to facilitate all these humans these illegals into our country. Now, the White House is now fact checking people, other news organizations, and it's blowing up on Twitter. From the White House press page on Twitter, fixed it for you at New York Times. Oh, and by the way, Chris Van Hollen, he's not coming back. Chris Van Hollen is the senator that went down there to hold hands with the guy up there. See here, New York Times original article. The original article said Senator meets with wrongly deported Maryland man in El Salvador. Well, after it got fact checked by the by the White House, Senator meets with deported MS-13 illegal alien in El Salvador who's never coming back. That's some next level trolling right there. I love it. I love it. That's the good stuff, folks. He's not coming back. I'm sick of talking about this guy. If they throw this much of a fit over a gang member, what are they going to do when we start deporting thousands of people? Thousands and thousands of people. Going to have this issue with every other person. Now, this here is this idiot that went down there to do his little campaign. This is this guy campaigning, Mr. Van Hollen. Never heard of him before, but he's obviously campaigning. Says Mr. Van Hollen has no idea that the MS-13 gang member, his wife, is right there. She's probably an MS-13 gang member too. Very possible. Have they checked her knuckles for credentials? I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. Yeah, this is this clown. He doesn't even realize that's the wife right there. All right, spooling on me.
We're joined by his wife, Jennifer, by his wife, Jennifer, by his mother, Cecilia, by his brother, Cesar, and thank all of the rest of you who are joining us in solidarity with the Constitution. We're joined by his wife, Jennifer.
Guy doesn't even know which one's his wife. Yeah, you're a real concerned citizen. You went down there to do a little press conference, a little speech, try to get some campaign contributions, maybe get some donations, maybe do a fundraiser, maybe get reelected in 2026. I see what's going on here. He probably was sent down there, to be honest with you folks. He probably got his marching orders from somebody, probably Hakeem Jeffries or somebody over there in the House or in the Senate. The old Chucky Schumer sent him down there. Very possible. But it doesn't look good for him, folks. The Democrats only support the murderers, the Mangionis, and the MS-13. They don't support American citizens getting taken advantage of, beat, raped, murdered. That doesn't matter. They're more concerned about some MS-13 guy's uh, time with his family. I don't get it. These people are going down the wrong path. Says, I wonder why Kilmar Obrega Garcia's wife is hiding his knuckle tattoos with emojis now. See this here? Got the hearts over his knuckles. Well, I'll show you why, folks. This is why. Trump's got the photograph. Of course he does. Bear with me. This thing's doing a little spooling action. All right, now these are all gang tattoos. That one's a marijuana leaf. That one's a face. This one's a cross. And this one, I'm not sure what it is. But right here, it says MS-13. And I got a better picture for you. Let me get you over here. See if I got one with a better view. Bear with me, folks. This thing doesn't move near as fast as I want it to at times. This will blow the picture up. I say it will. There it is. You see it, folks? MS-13. So for anybody in this country that thinks this guy is not an MS-13 gang member, you don't put MS-13 on your knuckles if you're not MS-13. That's a no-no. That'll get you killed. That's the reality of the matter. There's the proof for anybody that wants to know. I bet this photo will never make it to 99% of the mainstream media. So let's share this photo out there, folks. Let's make this screenshot and make memes about this and post it out there with the MS-13 highlighted right there. That tells the whole story. All the lies from the TV about him being a Maryland man. Well, he may be from Maryland. Uh, in the last couple of years since he's been here, but in reality, he's not from Maryland. He's from El Salvador. He was a gang member before he got here. He got here and he is catering to the gang lifestyle and been making a living doing it, including smuggling people around in this country and getting a pass from the FBI. What is this world coming to, folks? This is the hand of the man that the Democrat feels should be brought back to the United States because he is such a fine and innocent person. They said he is not a member of MS-13, even though he's got the MS-13 tattooed onto his knuckles. And two highly respected courts found that he was a member of MS-13. He beat up his wife and was elected. And I was elected to take bad people out of the United States, among other things. And I must be allowed to do so. Make America great again. Judges should not be deciding the fate of this country. It should be the person we elected to do it, Donald J. Trump. I hope all this immigration crap falls by the wayside as far as the court proceedings, which it probably won't. They'll be suing Trump for the next three years and 10 months. I know it's true. The last clip of the day, folks, says there's a channel over here on X that I follow sometimes. It's called at I Find Retards. That's the name of the channel. And this guy, when he finds a funny clip, some Democrats and liberals doing something stupid, he's found another one. Pretty simple deal. Pretty funny though. Says Salty Texas says found one at I Find Retards. This loudmouth bigot and low IQ buffoon. Her name is Jamel Hill. She embarrasses the crap out of herself. Check it out, folks. We'll leave out of here today with the CNN. None other than the great Republican over on the channel. He tears her up every chance he gets. Check it out, folks. This is good stuff. This is Mr. Jennings. Scott Jennings.
Agree with the characterization of it. I think Trump supporters and the people who put him in office would say that he's not turning the government into a weapon. He's turning it into a shield. He's shielding the American people from illegal immigration.
Yes.
He's shielding the American people from having their tax dollars used for ridiculous purposes. All of these things that you mentioned, you may call them weaponization, but a lot of people would say we need a shield against a lot of these bad actors and bad institutions.
He didn't address any of the things that I actually did bring up. I mean, he's saying to American universities, you need to admit a certain number of conservatives.
I'll address the universities.
Or you'll lose your tax-exempt status. He is saying that he signed an executive order in the White House saying, investigate 2 individuals who told the truth about the last election and criticized me publicly. That is weaponization.
Regarding the universities, first of all, he's creating, I think, a shield for the Jewish students on campus who have been the victim of horrible anti-Semitism. And he's saying to these universities, you cannot simply screen out all viewpoints that don't adhere to your anti-Western civilization
absolutely
worldview.
No one is doing that.
Absolutely they are.
Bullshit. They are.
No, they're not.
You and I have both been on college campuses recently.
What evidence do you have that they're
I've been on a college campus recently, and I can certainly use my eyes and ears. These are hotbeds of anti-American and anti-Western civilization activity, and everybody knows it. And there's no dissent on these campuses.
Oh, so wait, now MAGA wants DEI.
Everyone's afraid.
Now they want to be included. Like, now they want affirmative action for them. Like, that's cool
So you
now.
admit that you want universities to exclude everyone with a
No,
radical
because
left.
there's no proof that they're actually being excluded. Because if that, no, there isn't.
96% of contributions from Harvard faculty went to Democrats. What else you got?
Okay, so you talking about contribution. I'm talking about
what people's political viewpoints are.
Who is teaching people? So if they
Yeah,
were such
I know.
a weapon,
I used to teach there. Believe me.
Okay, so clearly you used to teach there, right?
Yeah, I was treated like an exotic zoo animal. Trust me.
Oh, I'm sure.
The faculty is not conservative. Believe me.
Oh, okay. So at Harvard, I just imagine all of these conservative politicians that go there. They go there because they don't feel welcome.
This guy was a professor at the college. He knows he was probably one of the only conservative professors at the college. And these reporters think they know better than he does. I'm shameful. They're ridiculous. They have no clue. They're so out of touch. I was there. I seen it with my own eyes. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Come on, man. That is not a crowd of women I would want to be around ever in my life.
If you're trying to come on here tonight and argue that Harvard is a hotbed of conservatism,
I'm not.
Lord
I'm just
mercy.
saying that they're not. So are we going to do the same thing at Baylor? Are we going to do the same thing at Liberty? Are we going to invite more liberal thought to those universities?
I think if public universities or any university taking public funds is violating the civil rights of Jewish students or actively screening out conservatives and conservative viewpoints, we need to have a conversation.
Or what about discriminating against people of color? Can we keep because I agree that Jewish students should be safe. I agree with that. I think that I become a better debater and a smarter person when I actually get to have discourse with people like you that I don't mostly agree with on the political views. But I also get a seat at the table, and I don't get to be discriminated against, and black people and brown people and queer people also don't. So if we're going to protect one class, can we agree to protect all classes?
You had your Black Lives Matter moment. It ain't about you. We've got all black colleges. There's so many different opportunities for black people as well as minorities of every nationality to go to college. It's the white males they don't want in college, and that's the fact.